Now, question number 6. An object of mass 5.0 kg is initially at rest. An impulse of 2.0 newton second acts on the object. What is the final kinetic energy of the object? This is also very straightforward. All right, so let's delve into the solution. Now, from Newton's second law of motion, it says that the rate of change of momentum of a body is highly proportional to the force you apply. And that rate of change of momentum will always take place in the direction of the force you apply. So from there, we can deduce that our F is equal to our mass times our change in velocity divided by time. Okay, so our F, or our force, is given as our mass times change in velocity, which we've written here as change in v divided by t. But mind you, we can crisscross here and write that our ft is equal to our mass times change in velocity. Now, F times t, or mass times change in velocity, is known as impulse. So if we look at this one in relation to the impulse, we call that the impulse momentum theorem. So the mass times the change in velocity being equal to the impulse is called the impulse momentum theorem. Now, from the question we have, the question is telling us that the mass is 5 kg, and that mass, or that object with that mass, is initially at rest. Since it is initially at rest, the initial velocity is 0. Mind you, u here is standing for initial velocity and v is standing for the final velocity. So when we input into the expression, we have momentum is equal to mass times final velocity minus initial velocity. Since initial velocity is 0, we can write that our impulse is equal to mass times final velocity, right? So our impulse is 2, so 2 times 5v, giving us our final velocity to be 0.4 meters per second. Now we know that kinetic energy is given as half mv squared. So our final kinetic energy is given as half mv squared. So we've just found our v to be 0.4. We fix it in the equation, and when we solve, we are getting our kinetic energy to be 0.4 joules. 0.40 joules. Let's switch back to the question and let's see which is our correct answer from the possible answers we've been given. So looking at the possible answers we've been given, it is obvious that A is our answer. So our answer is A.